Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Classic Games Done Quick. Up next, we have Marble Madness by yelsraek. So go for it.
Thanks so much. Hi, everyone. This is yelsraek. With me tonight on the couch is my good dear friend Elipsis.
Hey,
And tonight I am going to be reprising the roles of both Empty Eye and Andrew G by doing a one-player, two-controller run of Marble Madness to reenact the co-op run. So shout-outs to both Andrew G and Empty Eye. Empty Eye, who just finished the Rygar run in front of me, so GG to him as well. And yeah, so you can see the controller cam here. You can see I'm using I have always referred to this as the Yagamoth grip. So believe me when I say that I think it's awesome that I'm doing this run during the same day that Yagamoth did a 1P2C Secret of Mana run. I thought that was super duper cool. I'm gonna start filling out names here. Let's see. So I'm gonna go EE for Empty Eye because Empty Eye was blue, and we're gonna go Andrew. He left out the E, so Andrew G for red.
very authentic.
Yeah. And so I will give a countdown because control happens about 6 seconds or so after I press this A button.
For sure.
And then we'll get started. So let's do this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
Thanks so much.
So yelsraek has a very difficult job here because, as you can see, he is going to move both marbles simultaneously in a lot of places. The Yagamoth grip that he just talked about allows him to do that. Very nice movement through the practice race. There'll be some simultaneous movement coming in at the beginning of the beginner race. And then after that, you're going to see some intentional deaths. And the reason for that is because normally, if the marble that's in the back is scrolled off the screen by the marble that's in the front, you'll take a 5-second penalty. And the name of the 1P2C game turns into trying to manage the in-game time. So what you're going to see yelsraek do is to take a minute and line it up so that both marbles are in a position so that he can die, but not take that 5-second penalty. So you'll see the red marble in the back takes a dive, but there's no -5 above it. So that allows you to get through that difficult section without that time lock. Then there's just literally free ice at the end of that level. How easy is that, yelsraek?
It's super easy. It's free. I needed to have some sort of easy way to navigate 2 marbles across the ice at the same time.
So you'll see another intentional death strat here at the beginning of the intermediate race. So that dive right there allows the marble to respawn, and then it's going to be back to the other marble. The blue marble is also going to take an intentional death here, and it's to get those -5 seconds preserved. And if he does it just right, he'll be able to actually get a double respawn so that the marble starts to respawn, and instead of fully respawning, is pushed further down the screen. That one gives yelsraek 10 seconds of in-game time, so that gives him more time to complete this run, which normally is bad for a speed run, but this run's hard to complete at all. So he's going to go for the hot drop at least once, and he gets it on the first try. That's very fantastic.
Nailed it.
Yeah, so the hot drop is that's something I found a few years ago that allows you. It only really is viable in 2-player, but allows the marble to crash down into the goal and saves time. So there's more intentional death coming up in order to navigate some of these sections here, where yelsraek is going to, as you see, bop the blue marble towards the top of the screen, and then coming through the pegs section and into the hammers, there's some really cool simultaneous movement that yelsraek is going to set up. And there we go with lining things up, and look at that grip. The double input display. Very cool. This hammer section, not too bad. The patterns are deterministic. You can also play around with the respawns there to have both marbles sort of come in that corner. But good job.
Thanks. Yeah, that was a little bit rough on the hammers there.
Yeah, if you get there in the same the same frame roll every time, like as we do in 1-player, where we're like really on world record pace, you get the same patterns. But in 2-player, if you don't get it absolutely perfect, you get a different pattern. So here you'll see that he dumps the blue marble in the corner, and then there's another very precise spot to put the red marble, and that's going to allow yelsraek to get a very good respawn without taking more than 1 time loss, and that gets both marbles up the section pretty quickly. Another strategy that he came up with to optimize those respawns. It's a pretty precise position because if you bounce off the wall unintentionally, there's another intentional death coming up that you're going to see here, where yelsraek is going to throw one of the marbles, actually both of the marbles, into the hole, and that's going to allow for respawn to occur on top of itself and move the other marble up. This next trick here is the old one-player strat called the silly skip that he's going to go for with each marble, and it allows you to go through a 1 pixel wide section in the wall. Didn't get it this time, that's okay. Did get a 1, so again, that's what we want to see. Yell's choosing to get the red marble in first because that's the one with the lower amount of time on the clock. So it's a very time-sensitive run here. Even at Yell's skill level, not all 1P2C runs are finished, so we'll see what the Ultimate Race has in store. There's an intentional death at the beginning here. yelsraek will be able to throw one of the marbles off the top, just move the position. I think it's going to be the blue. There it is, okay. So I think we just mistimed that on the intentional death, but then we did it with red, and now you have to kill this black marble. That's what crashed the game for MTI and Andrew G, and he managed to get a despawn, so that's very good. Notice that Yells throws the controller on the ground, abandoning the Yagamoth grip, because we are no longer having to do simultaneous inputs, and in fact it would be very, very hard. Instead here we have plenty of time to finish things up and continue, get the blue marble over the line. Feeling pretty safe. Looks like another successful 1P2C
time.
Nice.
Whew.
Congratulations.
Oh, holy moly.
Oh, very impressive.
Thanks so much. So yeah, so again, that's couldn't do the authentic game crash.
It happened in practice.
It did happen in practice. We were doing a warm-up run, and yeah, just the Steely, the black marble, just kind of knocked the red marble out of that section and into the second section, and that's what crashes the game if you don't despawn him. So I got a little bit, I got much luckier this time. But yeah, again, no, this is just a super fun run. I did it as a challenge to myself a little while ago, and I was just
still the only person in the world to complete it. So
yeah,
it makes it look easy, but it really is not. I have tried it. I made it to the final screen. I couldn't do it. Like yelsraek really makes this look easy, but it's a fantastic run.
So again, shout outs again to MTI and to Andrew G, who did this run 10 years ago. And shout outs to Yagamoth again for being the inspiration for me trying to figure out a grip that would work for this run. And thank you so much, Elipsis, for coming on and doing the commentary for me.
Yeah, happy to do it, man. One more thing, shout out the Discord. There is a Marble Madness Discord if anyone wants to learn this game or join the speedrun community for it. So
yes, it is a thriving, growing community. It's a wonderful thing. I think we almost have 90 runners on the any percent leaderboard now.
That's incredible.
Which is just super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah. That's gonna do it for us. We've got Adventures of Lolo coming up next, I believe, by Radio.
We do, yes. Thank you again so much, and we will see you soon for Adventures of Lolo, everybody.